Check, check, check. 1, 2. Check, 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 check. 1, 2. 1, 2. Check, 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 check. 1, 2. 1, 2. Check, 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 check. All right. So it is Wednesday, like the title says, July 16th. And I am doing another stream, just trying to work through a few things, testing settings, testing sound. It's super hot outside, and air conditioners here on in the shed. The dogs are hanging out with me, so if you hear heavy panting, breathing, air conditioner in the background, that's just part of it. So I've been trying to really tweak my audio here, because if I push, trying to find that sweet spot to where you don't hear the air conditioner, like get this a little bit closer, or I don't have to bend down and talk like this. If so, I probably need to get a little bit taller microphone stand. And there goes Lewis is barking. I think everybody wants to go outside. So hold on just a second. We're going to take a quick break and let the dogs out. Hoot. So we're going to go to the hold screen here. Now he laid down. He knows it's hot. All right. So everyone's hanging out here in the shed with me tonight. And I am just doing, like I said, some test runs. I'm trying to get back into streaming and trying to decide exactly what I want to do. I'm using an Insta360, and you can see it's tracking my face, and I need to turn that off. So I will open the controller. I've turned it off before. It keeps coming back on for some reason. There we go. And in Ecamm, I can actually control the gimbal, so I can control the shot. And I've had a lot of different setups here in this shed, and I've got, there has been a lot of lights, a lot of things going on. I mean, I've still got colored lights in the ceiling. I've got all kinds of practical lighting and stuff in here for me, but I just don't have anything turned on. We just got the house lights on tonight because I'm still doing a lot of testing, trying to decide what I want to do, what time I want to stream. I think I'm going to make Wednesday night my stream, and maybe really probably nobody watching this gonna watch this. That's fine. I'm just trying to start getting into the habit of streaming, and I think Wednesday night might be the night. So I am going to look at some of the things, kind of go through what I'm thinking about doing, and we can look at the PC here. As you can see, this is the well, let's go to this view here. There we go. So the channel, and it's been a lot of different things. From everything from hosting the videos for my son's band that I shoot, which we shot this last year on the Pocket Osmo, which was really a good camera, Pocket Osmo 3. Let's see, we could hear it too. Hold on. Let's see. Turn the sound on, and hopefully we can turn it up here. So that's Parkview Band, The Nation. So that's a big part of our, a lot of what I've been doing last year. And you'll go through, and if you followed me in the past, you know, I did the stream show with Strick and Brant. Did that during 2020, 2021, every Sunday night. Strick still does the show. And interviews. Man, I've done all kinds of great stuff. I've met a lot of great people. Hold on, I'm going to take one quick second to let the dogs out. And we're back. Of course, now that I let him outside, we're going to hear him barking. So there's a lot of things that I'm trying to figure out just where I want to do with this channel, where I want to go. One of the biggest things I was trying to figure out earlier is probably want to go with over-the-ear headphones. Might buy me a new pair. I like this look without having headphones on, but they're just a pain to get in and out. They're actually nice, sure. Buying the ear monitors, they're great, but it's just a pain, and they hurt. After a while, they kind of hurt my ears. So the channel, I've done a lot of different things. Let's see. Used to do a lot of motorcycle stuff. There's me testing some shorts with AI. Stuff I do for work as a solo creator and as content creator for a public library. So yes, it's hit and miss. It's all over the place. But one of the things that I want to change a little bit is, I look at all the channels and I try to watch a lot of the shows and everything. I'm kind of burnt out on everything. Everything's someone talking to you, telling you their opinion about a camera or all this other kind of stuff that I just kind of bored with it. I don't really want to do any of that content. But what I am trying to do is get back to the stuff I used to love and I used to do years ago, and that was covering motorcycles, building motorcycles. Half of this shed over there that I have off screen is just terrible. It's just piles and piles of parts, and there's a motorcycle, some workout gear. It's kind of all piled in a corner, and I need to start. One, I just need to straighten it up to get my sanity. Two, I'm going to get back to building motorcycles, and that's going to be, I've started and stopped 3 or 4 channels. I'm not going to do that anymore. I don't care. It's just I will have some content over there. I just getting completely redo the studio over time and how it's designed and the colors. I'll have like shop over there for the motorcycle builds, and so one of the things that, if you're just new to this channel, just finding me, my background is in marketing and branding and media. I'm a content creator for a public library. I build studios. I have a consulting firm. I've been doing branding, marketing, graphic design for 25 years now. I help a lot of startups. I kind of want to start growing that business a little bit more, doing more of my freelance work. And I love helping people. Need the extra money, but always need the extra money. But trying to find at 55 where I'm going to go, what's my next phase of my career. And I used to really, really, really work really hard in this motorcycle field. I did a lot of content, went to a lot of races. I have a lot of contacts in the industry. And the ultimate goal was I was going to race vintage motorcycles. And so I have a motorcycle, a 1969 CB 350 that was my grandfather's and my father's, and I was going to rebuild it. Sadly, my father passed away a few years ago. Never got to see me ride it again and race it. Kids, family, time, money, it just all becomes something. So I had saw the movie F1, and I actually went and saw it twice. I really loved the movie, and it reminded me of the content journey that we're doing. Is I always wanted to be a filmmaker, and I thought I wanted to be a filmmaker to make films. And as I watch people like Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise and all these other people, I think what I really wanted to do is I wanted to go on adventures and do all that stuff, right? And I thought, wow, you get in a movie, you make movies about these cool things. You get to learn how to do all that cool stuff. And but when I was younger, I was in the Navy. I was a diver. I worked with SEALs. I was a pilot. I'm a private pilot when I was in high school. I've done crazy, wild things. I've traveled the world, and somewhere I lost focus with some of that, and I'm starting to miss it. I've got 5 kids. The last one is 3 years from graduating, and after that, it's just going to be me and my wife, and we've been talking a lot about what we want to do. And so at 55, my health was not really good last year. I was I was really overweight. I have lost 30 pounds so far, so I'm on a fitness journey to lose weight, down to 203. Goal to be a 175 and get into racing weight. So I've done sailboats. I've done mixed martial arts. I've fought in tough man tournaments. I have a black belt in Aikido. And all this stuff that I was always searching adventure, and I think I've realized that it's not the goal. It's not the end goal. It's the journey, right? So there's this Buddhist saying, or it's not attributed to anybody, I don't think, but it's an artisan saying that says, before enlightenment, you chop wood and carry water. After enlightenment, you chop wood and carry water. So I need to get back to chopping wood and carry water. So I got a plan. I want to start racing motorcycles, and the vintage motorcycles are expensive, a lot of work, and I don't know that that's the thing that I want to learn on and get my license on. So I've decided to try to find a Ninja 250. They're cheap. I can get into racing pretty cheap, get my license, start doing some practicing on a more modern bike that has good brakes and safety features, so I don't get hurt. I actually found a YouTuber. I should show his stuff. I'll show that on another show, but I found a YouTuber. He's my age. He's in Australia. He's racing motorcycles. Same thing, Ninja 250, and just having a blast. And I've met guys in the vintage racing that are in their 70s racing, so that doesn't bother me. I just got to work on getting in shape for that. But it's expensive, and I used to do blogs and podcasts and stuff from the race events, and I was trying to build a brand, and that with this goal of I wanted to race and kind of make my living in that world. So now my shift is I would love to I need to pay for the racing, the motorcycle, van, travel, money, and all that stuff. So I'm going to be building a brand that could fund all that. So number one, it would be the brand that would be the racing team for that brand. So that's a marketing write-off for the company that I decide to build, and content will go around my journey of doing this, sell sponsorships, blogs, all that other stuff. So what I'm going to do, I can show it here if I can find it. And I build websites. I do WordPress sites for people. I've built 100 websites for myself. I've got 100 brands. I've got all these ideas that I've tried, and I just get a little overwhelmed. So I'm just sticking with my Brant Collins channel and my Brant Collins brand. And what I ended up doing was I launched a Ko-fi page. So I've done Buy Me a Coffee, Ko-fi. I kind of liked Ko-fi better. So I came with this cool vintage brand that's kind of on point for what I want to do. And I've already had a couple blog posts where I'm trying to go back through my past and look at some things that I really love and how I'm going to build out this next brand. I have a name. I've got the domain. But for right now, it's all going to exist on this Ko-fi page. So if you go to ko-fi.com/Brant Collins, everything will be there. I'm going to, of course, have donations and fundraisers and all this other kind of content, and kind of take everyone through the journey of building this brand. So I've got a name. I secured the domain name. Right now, everything is just behind the scenes here on this page. So I don't think I want to try to monetize any of that yet. I could. So one of the possibilities is I could keep some things behind a paywall, and like if you want to get down in the dirty numbers, what I'm charging, what my packages are, I could charge for that, and you could be a subscriber. Maybe not. I was hoping not to do that because I would like everything to kind of be free. I help a lot of entrepreneurs. I help a lot of startups. We're all in the same boat. Nobody has any budget. I don't like doing work for free. We all have to try to get paid. If you watch all of the YouTube things and all the people I've been in with, it's like you got to offer value. And the thing that I've always struggled with was, why pay me $7.95 a month when that's what you're $16 a month, whatever I charge. Is that's probably what you're paying for Netflix. We all have a Disney account and all these streaming services. It all adds up. So I don't know that I can offer you that much more value than all those things. So we'll do it for free, and I'll figure out how to do sponsorships and stuff from companies and give them some value in other places. And I hope that everybody would donate, want to come along this journey. So I'm a big fan of the whole 1,000 True Fans, and future episodes of all this will go into that. But 1,000 True Fans says that 1,000 of your true fans, if you can if they'll pay you $100 a year, you make $100,000 with 1,000 true fans. So broken up over a year, that might be a T-shirt for $25, a book for $25, all these added value things. So all of this is testing to find my market. I have I've got 150 subscribers now that follow me for video production and the streaming stuff that I've done, and I will do some of that on here too. We can talk about that. And I do freelance, and we'll probably be offering some coaching, one-on-one calls and things like that to help you with your brand and what you want to go. But most of this is just going to be me documenting my journey and trying to figure out who I want to be after 55, right? So it kind of goes in get in shape, working on that. I've had some success, down 30 pounds. Started getting to the gym. I'm probably my second week into walking every morning, so I'm trying to build that habit. Doing this tonight is starting that habit, even if I don't have anything to talk about. And the thing that's really challenging for me is I'm not ready. I usually work for a week or so. The graphics right, the open right, the music right, the website launch, the email list set up, all the things you're supposed to do. It's what I do for a living, and I spend so much time, and then I just burn myself out. So right now, I don't care. So this is what you get. It'll get better as it goes, or it might not. I don't know. We'll see what resonates with people. So, and if nobody ever watches, that's great. I don't care. This is kind of my video diary. I'm terrible at writing. I'm terrible slow typer. I've used a lot of AI and ChatGPT, and it's kind of like my writing partner. But I want to try to do more for myself and become a better writer. I've got movie scripts I'm working on, animation to learn. I got a lot of things. So, but for right now, I'm focusing on the motorcycle racing, and I do have a movie project that I'm working on that I got copyright for the treatment. But that's something I'm not ready to publicly launch right now. But this journey would be kind of rough outline is I'm going to race my motorcycle, so I have to build a brand that goes with that makes sense, that I can sell some sort of products and get sponsorships. One of the things that I'm very passionate about is handmade goods, and I'm going to have a degree in fine art in sculpture. I'm looking right now to industrial sewing machine that I bought years ago to do my own motorcycle seats. There's all kinds of stuff, right? I've done silk screening. I've had a sign shop. I've done a lot of stuff. But I think what I'm really want to try to do is do small leather goods. So I could go to a race weekend and have branded merch to sell. So t-shirts, handmade leather goods that I would personally make. And kind of build this culture. And one of the things I had the F1 movie kind of really sparked me into, kind of reignited that passion. And I bought this magazine, and this magazine it's called S's, and it's just a beautiful magazine inside and out. I love magazines, and everybody says print is dead. And I went to A24 because I'd watched Civil War, and I went to their website, and they have zines that go with their movies. I never saw this movie, but I love the zine, so I bought it. So that kind of got me started. I don't remember what I paid for it. It was less than 20 bucks, but it was more than 15, I think. And like, but I got value out of it. So can I do this? So part of this brand is a zine, like you see here. I like this small format. It'll be cheaper than doing a full-fledged magazine. I'm flirting with doing all the photos with film camera, and going out and get me another film camera. I want to get back to my creative roots and take a little bit more time. I do everything on the iPhone, Pocket Osmo 3. I got a FX3. If you watch the last stream, I've got my vintage video camera that I've set up. I'm going to start doing some filming on, just because I think within this digital world, AI, we've kind of just lost. I've lost a little bit of, like, everybody has Canva and everybody's using AI. It's all starting to look the same. All the YouTube channels look the same. We're all buying the same microphones. We're all got the same lights and cameras, and everybody's got 4K. And when people ask me all the time, like, what camera, what micro, it doesn't matter. Nobody's concentrating on the story. And so, in the end of the day, I'm going to go live my story in my life and have an adventurous life that I can tell stories about later. So this is going to document that journey. So if you want to follow along, please, you could subscribe to the this page, the Ko-fi page, and keep updates when I post. I'm going to try to start writing a lot more. Sometimes I have so many ideas, it's hard for me to write, so that's why I'm going to do this live stream. And I just like live streaming because I don't want to have to edit it. I just don't have the time. My full-time job, is at a public library. We've launched a brand new branch, and we've been last 2 years building a brand new branch. I'm building a full-on production studio that I have to set up myself. And for between now and September 20th, I don't have a lot of time, so I'm not going to be editing. So just I like live. In the past, when people can kind of log in and start chatting, it'll be a little more interactive. But a lot of people, I just stopped for about 2 years. So, going to build this brand. I'm thinking the working brand name is Throttle and Threads. So I'm working on the logo. And probably what I'm going to try to do is build all that live here. I mean, I've already done some preliminary stuff, but I will, take it all the way back, which I have not started yet. I've done some research, but mood boards, pictures, I'm just going to do that research here live. Everybody can follow along and see my process. And if I help you, that's great. No real time frame. I'm, like I said, weight loss, build the brand. I gotta either sell sponsorships or raise enough money to purchase the motorcycle, fix the motorcycle, get it ready for racing. I want to purchase a used vintage. It doesn't be super vintage, but I want to buy a van. I will work on that van, customize that van to match the brand. That van will then become what carries the motorcycle, which will also come where I live when I go to races, because we don't have any racetracks in Arkansas. So these are journeys that I would have to take over weekends. And then there's that. There's the gas money. And, it could be I didn't do vintage racing because I talked to a lot of the racers, and it's up to $1,000 a weekend. Buying the Ninja 250, racing some of the races locally, Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, things I can get to in a day would be cheaper, way cheaper, but I have to get a license. I need to learn how to race. I need to learn how to ride the bike at that level. And I have a lot of friends that are professional racers. I have a lot of things that people I can lean on. I hope to have them on as guests here if they'll be willing to do that. They're busy too. So I have a lot of friends in the motorcycle industry. I have people that work at some of the big brands in marketing or some other things. So I'm going to be reaching out to them. I will be sharing here sponsorship packages, all this stuff that I'm going to have to figure out. I felt Sometimes it's just, turn the camera on. You can work with me that night. We'll ask questions. I'll talk to everybody as I can. And doing this completely different than I had in the past, where I would develop a show, we'd have an open, I'd be very regimented because it came from TV. And I just don't want to do that anymore. I think that's hindered me from being creative, put limits on myself. It's not good enough, fear, perfection, all that other stuff. Like, I would never show all this in the background, how messy everything is. It's just what it is. So, then I'm okay with that. I'm to the point where I'm okay with that. And just an example is, I recently shaved my head because I was just like tired of messing with how I look and all of that, so I could focus on getting in shape and trying to become a different, not a different version, maybe more close to my original version. I lost some stuff along the way. I don't know why. We all do, right? And there is if you haven't seen F1 yet, Brad Pitt's an older racer that comes back and helps the young guy. It's very, it kind of hits home for someone of our age. And there's a song by Chris Stapleton that says, "Just as bad as I used to be." And I used to be. I wasn't like a cool racer or anything, but I did things I didn't really. I had my own ad agency with my wife for 8 years, and I used to not ask any questions. I would just jump. You just tell me I want to do something, we'd do it. Now I have a lot of I don't know. We need to do this, and let's do a budget and so now there's a thing from improv that's yes and. So I'm trying to become a yes and person and not a no but. And I'm a no. I've used to not be that way, but I've become a no but person, and everybody around me is a no but person. So we should do a show. Nah, no, it'll be expensive. I don't have the time. Say you should do a show and say, yes, that's a good show. We need to plan for that. So just that's a thing I'm trying to work on myself. To be more positive, to jump, take chances, and live these stories, live these things that are worth telling. I can't do it here in the shed. I see too many people in this content creator world, and I know a lot of them, and I've met a lot of them. They're nice. I went to NAB the last couple of years and met a ton of people. But the people I was following in the world that I was in was just, like they're just reviewing cameras. And there's a few people I really respect that are out there working professionally and then trying to show you how to do it professionally. But most people are just regurgitating the things they learned from the other person who went to a conference or bought a course, who's never actually done this work in the field, right? So I've had a lot of people call me and like, I bought all this gear and now I'm in the field and it doesn't work. What do I need to do? And I have to walk them through it because, I've done the work and I want to continue to do the work. So we will, things that I will share with you, I can't write a course and say, so I know I'm babbling right here, but the core of this is everybody says, write an ebook, sell a course, do a course online, do all this live, or do a weekend with people, a creator camp or whatever. And I don't feel morally able to tell you how to do it if I haven't done it myself. So on the real is this, I need to be able to do this, take the skills that I've learned over the years, and on my own, do something that I truly am passionate about, have one hell of a good time, and make a living. So right now I have a full-time job, so I don't have to replace that job. I'm putting that cap on, in the $30,000 to $60,000 a year. But I'm giving myself 3 years. If 3 years By the end of 3 years, if I wanted to walk away, quit my job, do this full time, I need to make 6 figures. Let's just say an even 100 grand. So that's the goal. You should be able to make 100 grand with 1,000 true fans. I'm going to test all these theories that I've talked about. So you can come along for the ride. I would love to have you. It will be raw. It will be ugly like it is now. Things will change. I'm going to try hard not to quit on this because sometimes I get frustrated. And quit, change course, get, shiny new thing comes along. But this is the thing that always keeps coming back, is the motorcycle racing that I just want to do. I might do it and hate it, get hurt, don't want to do it again. That's fine. I want to go through the process. So we're going to try to stream every Monday or Wednesday night. It is, I figure, probably by 8 o'clock. We're getting ready to go into school season, so my son has band. He's very, 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 very good. He's a jazz saxophonist. He plays in a HBCU style show band. My wife and I are both volunteers, and we're both media professionals, so we built their website. We're doing fundraising, so that takes a lot of our time. But and we love, not only we support our son, but all the kids work super, super hard, and it's just amazing. So I think Wednesdays will be the day that we don't have band practice or games and all that other stuff. So, but we'll ebb and flow with that. And I think what the biggest thing for all of this is, I was trying really, really hard. Got to have it right before I could launch. Got to have it right. I've got to have it right. And by then I would just quit, something would happen. So we're just going to force ourselves to get into this. And if you want to, one of the things with the software I'm using, Ecamm, people can live chat. I could have video guests. You could be a guest. You could ask questions. So we'll get into some of that. It'll all just morph over time. And I hope to have maybe certain nights or something that I help you with your project. So I do want to help you with your project. And I hope that the value that I can bring is, I hope that I inspire you to do your thing. I don't want you to do what I'm doing. And I think that's some of the problem I have with the groups, not the groups, but the niche that I was in before, is everybody was just becoming another me or you or whatever, another live stream. Here's the gear. Here's the microphone. I mean, I've got all the microphones. This is an SM-B7 or SM7. I have SM7B. This was graciously given to me by Shure. The SM7B I purchased myself. I've got 4K cameras, 2K cameras, 1K. I got all the gear I need. I don't need any more gear, and I'm trying to purposely get out of that. Use what I got. So I do think story trumps gear, and I think I lost that. And the way I found out that is, we went where I work. Even though I'm the production guy, some other people thought we needed to hire a professional production crew. And I worked with them for 2 or 3 days and just kind of swallowed my pride and kind of just sat back and, kind of documented what they did and was kind of the point person. And everyone talked to me, all they wanted to talk about was gear. Nobody wanted to talk to me about the story and what the story we were trying to tell. And I had long conversations with my wife, because I would say she is the storyteller in our family. And I'm the gear guy, right? And I was like, I don't want to be a gear guy anymore. And it was just so, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Because everyone were getting debates about, well, I have a 1-inch sensor and I have a 3/4 sensor. And if it looks good, it looks good. If it's 2K, 4K, at the end of the day, most people are streaming 1080p if you're online. If you're sending something to the television station, a commercial, it's going to be, squeezed down to an MP4, sometimes an MV2. Unless you're going to be shooting centers on 70 millimeter, it doesn't, you're not there. So we're not going to wait on the gear. So we're just going to keep moving forward. Do the best stories, do the best work we can do. I want to help you on your project, so there will be times where everybody can come in and ask questions, and because I've helped all kinds of people. I've helped small business, large business, international businesses, and they stressed me out. The international business company client I had stressed me out. So I just want to get back to helping people, doing my thing. If you want to come along for the ride, I will be here. Subscribe to the channel here. I will try to be live Wednesdays is the goal for now. Follow on Ko-fi.com/Brant Collins, and I will do posts. And if you join there, it'll be a newsletter. I can't promise I'll be sending out a newsletter. It will just update you when I post things. So enjoy your evening, and we will see you hopefully next Wednesday. That's the goal.